What is going on today, guys? We are back with another episode in Night of the Dead. Now, we are restarting, new update come out, changed a few things, and one of the things, if you go to load any of your previous save files, it does fair warn you, there can be problems with it. So we're restarting. There's several changes. As you can see, you can now turn off zombie waves at night. You can turn off the ability to accidentally attack your team if you're playing multiplayer, and then there's still the hardcore option. Now, we're going to stay on normal difficulty. The increase in difficulty basically only makes it so the zombies are more spongy. They take significantly more damage to kill, and that's about it. So for now, we're just going to stay on normal difficulty, but a couple of the main changes that were made was there's less research notes you get when looting now, and now you also get more ammo. So, with that being said, more ammo is going to make the gun, I don't want to say more usable, but I will call it, what do I want to say? Not more usable, but how about, whoops, don't need it in that slot. Well, I guess more usable works for what I want to say. It basically will allow us to use it more often. Honestly, I've never had a problem with ammo on here. I've been playing this game on stream quite a bit, and I always have just an enormous surplus of ammo. So, with that being said, ammo has never been much of a problem. But anyway, the journal thing, this is always the starting journal. So if you guys want to pause the video to read this, go ahead. It basically just gives you a little bit of context to the situation, and it shows you coordinates for where you need to go to obtain what I will call the end game items. Basically items to, I'll say, complete the escape. For lack of a better way to put it. They're special items. You'll find stuff like when we looted that research lab and we found that piece, it's going to be stuff like that you find. So there's 6 different items that I know about, and I don't know what they all are, but I know there's 6 different items. So with that being said, there's 6 different places on the map you'll need to find, and then get the respective in-game loot in order to complete that. But as far as I know, right now the end game is not fully implemented into the game, so getting the end game items, I guess, doesn't really, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it's not as important, I guess, being it's not fully implemented. I don't know. I guess I'll say it that way because I'm not sure how else to put it without, I don't know. I'll just say it that way. It's not nearly as important. So, with that being said, I do know several places where the endgame items are. Obviously, we know of the research lab. The school is a place that has it. There's also the hospital. And there's 3 other locations, I believe. Potentially one might be the lumber mill. I've run into that now one time. I'm not, honestly can't say much about it because I've never gotten around to looting it. But I know there's 6 main locations that are going to have your items. Like I said, I don't know all about them. Haven't got that far on stream yet. But if you guys do want to come over and check out the progress on the stream, feel free to stop over. I always leave the link in the description box below the videos, so if you guys ever do want to check that out, feel free to come on over and say hello. You guys are always more than welcome to come over. I normally stream, my morning streams, I start between 9 and 10 o'clock, and I normally go to around noon. This is Central Standard Time, by the way. But that's normally the time frame for me as far as the morning stream. Now, the night stream really depends. I haven't had a lot of time lately to have a night stream. Same with the fact that I haven't really had a lot of time to work on videos lately. I have had a lot of stuff going on lately, big projects, and the time is just not there. So I apologize for not getting a ton of videos out for you guys, but right now there just honestly has not been much for time, unfortunately. I'm gonna try to work out a way to get the videos made. There just might be a little bit less often than normal. So, like for instance, lately we haven't been able to get many out. So it might end up being that we go for one a day. As far as videos go, it's hard to say right now. Like I said, schedule is absolutely crazy at the moment. I got just a ton of projects I'm trying to get done. The cold weather has kind of sparked me into gear as far as getting the stuff done. So I got to get done what I can before it gets too cold here, because the cold weather is definitely coming. It's already froze here twice, and the temperatures are looking to dip down again. So a lot of stuff to get done before that unfortunate time of the year where it gets really cold and the snow starts coming. So anyway, we're going to make our equipment production table here quick. Then we're going to go ahead and make ourselves the bow. Then we'll go ahead, we'll destroy this all the way down. Now, one thing that I have noticed, and I might be wrong about this, I just might not have noticed it before, is now when you salvage stuff down, you don't always get the full resources back. Which is fine right now. We're not crafting anything special. I mean, we're basically just using basic resources. But as you can see, we didn't get everything back from there. However, now when we remove the foundations and stuff, we're getting everything back. Which, to be honest, I'm not too worried about getting the resources back for something like this. It's not really a huge deal. But it definitely puts more usefulness to the, I believe it's Master Builder, I want to say, is the name of the perk for, or the research for getting all your resources back. So it definitely puts more emphasis on being able to get that if you want to change around your base or destroy something. Now, another thing I've heard, I've not really been able to fully test it, but is apparently maxing out like your salvaging ability now gives you some more loot. You also are able to get research notes out of cars now. So if you notice, when we like are scrapping down a car and stuff, you'll see that we do get a couple little research notes out of it, which I think the big nerf to the research notes comes from looting at like houses. I definitely have noticed that, and you can definitely see the change in ammo. That is very apparent. We did a loot run on stream the other day, and I think we had eight full stacks of ammo on just a short little loot run. It was just insane how much ammo we ended up with. But like I said, I guess it makes the firearm more usable. Now, there is only 2 guns currently in the game. I am hoping that does change and they do make like some sort of slight differences to the guns, because right now, as it is, one's an AK, one's an M4. That's it. They do the same damage, same fire rates, same ammo. So it's, for lack of a better way to put it, there is no difference. You get whichever one you get first is the same as the other one anyway. So it's not like having one or the other is going to give you an advantage right now, which I do think that they should be slightly different. Oh, I missed that. Dang it. The bow won't one-shot the fox right now. The crossbow will, but the regular bow does not one-shot the fox. So we need to make a good shot, hit him, and then he comes running for us. Oops, he changed direction. There we go. So yeah, the crossbow is incredibly incredibly stronger, incredibly more damage. But there is the drawback in the fact that the fire rate of this bow, plus there's actually a little bit of a, I don't know, glitch, bug, whatever you'd like to call it with this bow, where sometimes when you go to aim right after shooting, it'll fire another bolt for you. Honestly, I prefer the crossbow just because of the extra damage. It takes less bolts to kill, you know, a little bit less time, stuff like that. So I do much prefer the crossbow personally. And as far as melee weapon, yes, the lightsaber is a hell of a melee weapon. Don't get me wrong there, but the thing I'm not the hugest fan of is the fact that it seems like every other shot kind of misses with it. So it's like, see, there's the extra shot when you're trying to get that to... There we go. It's got something to do with when you shoot and aim out quick and aim back in. If you see there, it's got something to do with the speed at which you come out of your ADS and then go back in. That causes the glitch, whatever you'd like to call it. See? Just like that. So you could actually utilize that to do a significant amount more damage. Personally, hello. Stuck. That's one thing that's a little funky. The animals on here do get stuck. I've had several of them that have like got lodged in the ground or the floor. And come on. There we go. See how quick that shoots when you do that? But it's all about timing. Once you kind of get the feel for how that actually works, it's pretty easy to do. I'm not a huge fan of it personally. I feel like it's, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, it does help, and it's not fixed, so it's not like an exploit or a cheat or anything like that, before anybody thinks I'm saying something about it. But I don't know, it just feels a little bit... Oh, I thought it took all the way off. I was just gonna kill it. I probably shouldn't hunt too much with the limited inventory space. I would much rather like to have like port or two before I do much hunting. Now, hunting on here is a lot of fun. There's a ton of different animals you need in order to upgrade your weapons and equipment, the bags and everything. So, with that being said, hunting is a pretty big part of this. Now, there is several animals on here that will be a little bit difficult to find. It's all going to be about luck. Bears are pretty hit or miss. You can either do pretty good at finding bears, or you can have a hard time finding them. Another thing that's really hit or miss to find is the eagle. You can either have some pretty good luck finding them, or you just can't. I've had it go both ways. Currently on stream, we just made a hunting trip, and we found all the, I'll call them the more rare animals that we needed. So we killed 2 eagles, two bears, we had 2 wolves in our trap, we got a couple stags, even got a pig. So it was... Ooh, see, look, there's a raven there, there's a rabbit there, there's another duck there, and there was a sparrow. I'm not sure where he landed. Once they get in the grass, they're a little bit difficult to find. But anyway, there's tons of animals like that. Most of these are pretty common, so as far as finding them, it's not too hard. Sparrows, rabbits, fox, the ravens, ducks, those are all pretty easy. Owls, a little bit hit or miss sometimes too, but, you know, it's A lot of it's got to do with some luck, that's for sure. Finding the right spawn spots for them. It can all make a difference. But anyway, we're going to collect from a few more vehicles here. We're not going to loot any more of these buildings right now. We will come back to loot these. Matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and mark this spot on the map so we know exactly where to come back to. But what we want to do is we want to move further up. We want to kind of clear the roadway like we have been doing here. To just kind of keep taking out the zombies one at a time here. Watch out for the jumpers. Oh, one more. There we go. I forget. It takes quite a few hits with the bow. But yeah, we want to move closer to, like, I'll call it the main, a main city or building area in general. I mean, it's not necessarily a full city, but you can find like a housing development or something like that. But anyway, that looks over here. This looks like one of the main POIs in the game. So as you can see, you can get a pretty good look at part of the map, but that looks like that might be the sawmill from the looks of it. And there's potentially going to be like a hospital, police department, school, could even be the mansion in there. It really depends as far as the city goes. And I'm not sure exactly where the research buildings spawn, like as in that little lab we had looted. I'm not sure if they spawn on like the outskirts always, or if they tend to be, you know, just kind of wherever they end up falling. I know the map's not random. It's not like in 7 Days to Die where you can make a random generated world. This is just a standard, always going to be the same thing. It's kind of like if you play a pre-generated map on there. It's always going to be the same unless you make a random gen world. I don't think there's an option to do any sort of random generation coming for this game. I think it's just going to be like stock map. But I might be wrong. I have not taken a look at like the, oh, what's it called? Like the developer's future plans kind of thing. But anyway, we're going to move down the hill a little bit closer to the city and just kind of clear out our area, start working on our main base a little bit, see if we can't get like some storage made. We will need plastic, but for right now, if we can get one good chest made to drop off some stuff, that's pretty much gonna do us just fine until we go out for our next loot run, which we will probably be able to get out and do and come back and loot these places before the end of the video. Oop, hit him in the head. His head popped off. One thing about popping the zombies' heads off, if you do that, the arrows just go wherever they want to. Oops. Wasn't sure where he was heading for a minute there. He was just kind of going about his own thing there. There we go. Now I am going to leave that rabbit alone for now. Normally I would want to kill the rabbit right away for doing upgrades, but I kind of have a sort of pattern to how I like to do my upgrades. Now, for me, my weapons I like to upgrade are the katana, the gun, whichever it may be, whether it be the, as they call it, the RU-74 in here, or the version of the M16 that they use. Either one, those are the ones that I would prefer to upgrade at some point. Now, I'm not saying I have to upgrade the gun first. Normally I will tend to upgrade the bow, the crossbow, before I will upgrade the gun. Just personal preference. I use my bow a lot, and I tend not to use my gun unless I absolutely have to. So anyway, there's a few zombies here we're just going to clean out quick and then move on our way down the way. Oop, headshot. Come on. Headshots again. Now arrows are cheap, so you don't necessarily have to worry about picking them up. As you can see, we are doing pretty good as far as pieces of iron go, so it's not like we ever need to pick up our arrows. We could just leave them behind if we honestly wanted to. And we're not going to loot anymore right now. We're just going to kind of scoot our way on through here. There is a potential when you do find a cluster of places like this to find a special zombie. Now, in the early game, they are a little bit difficult to take on depending on what they are, but there is a way to easily take on each and every one of them. So I will show you my personal ways I like to take them on as we go through. But honestly, as far as difficulty goes, the spider is probably the hardest because of he blows up. So if you're not at a range from him, he's the most likely to do significant damage to you. I'll take the rabbit now. I'm just going to leave him there, though. We're going to set up right here. This is right by a decent-sized city. I'm going to kill this fox, too. There we go. And we can come back and pick them up in a minute. But this is right by the city. I like to set up here, and I'll show you the reason for that. You come over here, and there's a nice little drop-off. This leads down into the city. There's tons of places on here to loot. And now one thing is you can jump up on this little ledge and just walk around the corner here. Now you'll notice there are some pretty big buildings here. However, as far as loot goes, they are not what they look. I will just say that much. They're not nearly as good as they look like they should be. And unfortunately, that tends to be how it goes. A lot of the buildings you can't even loot, and the ones that you can seem like they're kind of sparse at the moment. Now, I'm not trying to pick on the developer or say anything bad about that before anybody gets me wrong there, but the buildings definitely could use some work. A lot of the big buildings you can't get into, and then like the special buildings, not all the doors are open so you can get through them. The doors that you can't get through tend to have zombies behind them too. So you're stuck listening to zombies pounding on walls, and you can't get to them. Honestly, that's one thing that bothered me a lot when I cleared out the hospital and the school. I think I did both of those on stream. But that kind of really bugged me on that, is because you can't get into all the rooms, but yet there's tons of zombies in there. Now, any of these buildings that you can get into, you can actually set up in. So, like say for instance, if we could get on the roof of like that building, like you can with the hospital, you can set up on there. You can put all your benches and crates and stuff on there, and have yourself a free structure without even having to worry about building it. So if that's something that you guys choose you'd like, that is a possibility on here. So do keep that in mind. You can set up in buildings that are already there. You could even set up in like the buildings that like the hospital that have the special loot in them and that are huge, have tons of zombies in it. The only problem with that is the fact that you can't get in all the rooms, so you're gonna have to listen to the zombies beating on stuff all the time. Otherwise, I was actually planning on setting up on one of the hospitals one time, but being you can't get into all the rooms, you constantly have to listen to zombies thrashing around, and that was just something I didn't want to do. Because normally for me, I love to build. If I can build, I will build. It's just kind of how I like to play. But I figured I'd take a try at, setting up in something that was already made, and it just happened to turn out that it just wasn't what I liked. But anyway, this place is going to give us a lot of loot runs. There is tons of area around, and as you can see, you never know what's going to be in here. The buildings with the red tops are like residential houses, so there is plenty of variety Plus we have a couple behind us yet, and we saw what looked like the sawmill out along that road. So that's something we will have to check out. If there is actually the sawmill out there, that is a big spot to loot, and that does have one of the special zombies. Now, I'm not sure what's necessarily considered the bosses on here. Maybe that's like a Horde Night thing. We haven't got far enough into it to see like any of the extreme nights yet, so I can't really say anything about the tougher Horde Nights at the moment. Oh, we need vines. Did not realize we were out of vines. So anyway, we're gonna get a little bit of the platform of our base set up. Get like a couple of these quests done quick, and then that's gonna be about as far as we go. I'll get more of the harvesting stuff done off camera afterwards, and then we're gonna try to get ourselves a good loot run in. Hopefully we can find ourselves, if we're lucky, either the katana or the crossbow, or both. I don't want to sound greedy. Obviously, I'd love to have both, but I don't want to sound greedy. But both of them are definitely needed. So anyway, let's get back to the utility side of this. We do need to make ourselves the sleeping bag now. The sleeping bag is going to go right here on this end platform. Make sure there's enough room on the end there so you can place a wall if you so choose to have walls on your base. Now I'm going to make a flag so we have our marker point. And I'm also going to quickly throw down another foundation here, just like that. And then we're going to make ourselves the storage box. Now this is where the plastic comes in. You need 1 plastic, 5 nails, and a couple planks. I like to get at least 5 chests made up to start with, and then later on when we do expand the base, we will work on getting more of that done. But anyway, we're just going to drop off some of this stuff here. Now normally I would make sure that this is, you know, more perfectly sorted, but for now, being we can only make 1 chest, we're just gonna kind of drop off, you know, pretty much as we can for now. So just drop off all that. Actually, I'll keep that on me, put the pair in there. Actually, let's swap them too. I know I'm a little bit picky about that, but anyway, let's go out. We're gonna do a little bit of quick looting here. We're just gonna head up to this area where we were. We can pick up the rabbit and the fox on the way back. They are right along the way, so they're gonna be pretty easy for us to just grab hold of on the way back. So I'm not too concerned with it. The rabbit's still right there. We could shoot another one if we wanted, but right now I'm not too concerned with that. I just wanna, whoops, a little too high. I just wanna get on to the looting and see if we can't get some more goodies to work on setting up our base a little bit more here. So there we go. Got them 2 down. We'll worry about the loot along the road later on. I do want to make sure that the area is clear of zombies before we do start looting. Alright, this rabbit needs to... Ooh. There we go. He keeps running along in front of us. I have to. Aggroed this guy when I missed the 1 shot. There's a bird on the other side of the barrier there. I do believe that is a sparrow. Nope, that's a duck. My apology. There we go. I always like to make sure the area is cleared out of zombies so you don't have the interruptions when you're in there looting. Zombies do tend to like to come in from outside when you are looting, so personally I like to have the outside cleaned out first and foremost. Now, we did aggro one in there. He'll have to bust through the door if he wants to get out to us, so I'm not too concerned with him at the moment. Gonna kill off these guys quick. Just like that. We'll use that little trick with getting the extra shots off. There's the duck again. See, he's not beating on the door yet. He might be stuck. Oh, he actually was there. There we go. Could be about 4 or 5 more in here. There's normally between 5 and 6 in here. He's gonna... This one's a charger. He'll come running at you. Oh, I thought he would have been dead with that shot. Ooh, that's 7. Damn. 8 hits. He's a tougher one. This one is 2. He's a bigger charger one. Ooh, hit the head. And ooh, there's 3 more in there yet. That's more than there normally is, so just gonna aggro them outside. It's easier to take them on outside. At least I think so. Because you get room to back away from them. And when they do that, you're not necessarily pinned inside either. Alright, so we did only aggro the one. I'm kind of surprised. Normally when there's multiples in a room like that. Alright, we'll aggro this other guy outside. Same reason. The third person aiming kind of leaves something to be desired. There we go. Now the house is cleared out. Now we can go about looting it out. But yeah, the third person view does definitely leave something to be desired. For sure. But anyway, these boxes on the ground like this are your ammo boxes. They contain mid-20s to low 30s of ammo. So, okay, I'm sorry. Low 20s to low 30s of ammo, apparently. I've never got one that low yet until this one. Normally I end up seeing about 28 as my average. But anyway, got some more plastic and some other goodies in here so we can make ourselves another storage chest. And as you can see, one house we already got a full stack of bullets. So bullets are pretty generous in here. We do have some clothing items. Changing the clothing is kind of optional on here. So if you do want to wear something like that, you know, you can put it on. The rest of the clothing you can't scrap down or anything at the moment. So just pitch it back on the ground. Hold on to it. Change your outfit every day if you'd like. You know, it really depends on what you want to do in the game more than anything. So alright, we'll move on to the next building. Pick up our other arrow here quick. So like I mentioned, I am gonna try to... Oh, by the way, this is another one of them unlootable buildings. Why this isn't lootable, I'm not exactly sure. It's boarded off. You can't get into it. I'm not sure why. There's a lot of places like that, but ooh, he's dead already. Good headshots. Why there's so many places like that, I'm not sure. I really wish that more of them were lootable, because I would like to see, you know, what could potentially be in each one. There we go. Do some alternating hits there. No, that was not intentional. That was just my bad shooting. There we go. Now, it is a little bit weird doing the shots like that because it does, like, zoom in and out. So, once we get the crossbow, I will not... You don't really do that with the crossbow. Honestly, I don't think there is a way to do it with the crossbow. This guy's stuck on the bed. Yeah, because the crossbow takes a while to reload, so... Ooh, he finally got off. There we go. A little bit of shot in the wrong place, but I guess it does the trick. A lot of misses there. A lot of people do not like the third-person view on the game, and you know, I can totally understand that. Third person is a little bit funky. I do wish there was first person mechanic to this game. Um, First person's just better. I won't lie. But anyway, 2 houses later, we have 63 bullets already. We now have 6 pieces of plastic, and we only have 111 research notes so far. Normally, we would have a decent amount more than that. I'm not complaining at all. I don't disagree with him wanting to slow down the research at all. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm going to work on harvesting up some resources. I'm going to get some more of the base built up here quick. And then when we get for the next episode, we're going to finish looting out here. And then work our way into the town. Get our horde base set up and everything. So that'll be the plan there. Like I said, I'm going to get some resources harvested up off camera real quick. Get more of the base built. I should have picked up my rabbits on the way back. I'll pick this one up quick. We still got one more up there, but yeah, I'll work on the base some more. Get all our storage chests made. Ooh, there's a boar there, and there's a doe here. Lots of good animals in the area. I like that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Hopefully, you guys understand what's going on as far as the video situation. I do apologize for that again. Stuff like that just kind of happens, and hopefully it settles down here relatively soon. I'm not planning on being that busy for too much longer, so hopefully I will say within a week that will change. I cannot believe I hit that shot. Hopefully within a week that'll change and everything will be completely settled down. I'm also going to try to get into the pattern of doing the split stream, so we will have one morning stream and one night stream. So, oh, there's another rabbit. So that is the thought there. If you guys want to come over and join the stream, feel free to come on by. Like I said, the link is always in the description box of each video. So feel free to come over and check it out. Also, you guys can feel free to jump into the Discord. The link for Discord is always in the video descriptions as well. So don't hesitate to come on over. If you guys have suggestions, guys want to voice your opinion as far as like stream time or anything like that, feel free to have it known in Discord. I'm more than willing to listen to your guys' opinions and change the stream schedule. Right now, it is not set in stone. It's just what has currently been working. So anyway, again, thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll catch you guys back for the next episode.